when we agreed to play in the second now annual Mike Slive Invitational, something that the Mike Slive Family Foundation and the director Anna Slive and myself and the people here at the university, Rich McGlynn and Chad Pruitt, my coaching staff, Dan Heck, to try and help the Mike Slive Foundation for Prostate Cancer Research get some visibility, raise some resources and some funding. This is not the Jimmy V Classic, but the work that the Slive Foundation is doing in the area of prostate cancer research, particularly in Birmingham, where we have some of the best cancer hospitals and doctors and researchers in the world, is really significant. Last year, virtually a sellout, or the largest crowd to watch a college basketball game in the state of Alabama in many years. As we speak right now, we've got 10,000 tickets sold, and hopefully, get 2,000 or 3,000 more and come close to that number we got last year. So we really wanted to go out and get an attractive opponent. So we were able to attract the A10 tournament champion last year, St. Louis University, and come play us. Now, in order to do that, we got to go back there, which will be a challenge on both ends. But it does, I think, speak to our basketball programs' fight against cancer. We've got the Outlive program, which will be coming up. I believe it's February 1st against Kentucky, and just like in both these cases, the best way to outlive cancer is to detect it early. So appreciate you guys listening to this and getting it out there on social media. That it's just another reminder. That thing that's on your hand, or that something that's on your back that just doesn't look right. It's not been there before. Just get it checked. Make sure it's okay. Women know when they're supposed to get their mammograms. Men know when they're supposed to get their colonoscopies and their prostate cancer checked and things like that. And tomorrow morning at 7:15, I'm going to get a cancer screening, both for my own health, safety, welfare of my family, but also a reminder to you guys: get checked. Just don't listen to this. Go get checked. And so that's a big part of what this weekend's all about. I mean, St. Louis is 8-1. They've got really good wins against good teams. I don't know that the best team they've played so far was Seton Hall, and Seton Hall got them. Seton Hall had just beaten Michigan State, so it was a really good Seton Hall team. They're trying to learn a lot about themselves, and so are we. The body of work for us just is only 8 games. You can look at it 2 ways. One is we're 8-0 and one of 5 unbeaten teams in the country. You could also look at it as in those 8 wins, 2 of them, we barely beat some solid mid-major programs. That doesn't typically add up to a top 25 basketball team. So we'll see. Again, I like the work ethic. I like the attention. This was a back-to-back long layoff. We had 9 days before Furman, and it showed. This one here is about finals. We're not allowed to schedule games during the finals week, and that makes sense. But another 8-day layoff. We've tried to do a few things a little differently this week as far as getting up and down a little bit more. At the same time, once we play Saturday in Birmingham, we've got 2 more games next week, NC State and Lehigh, so 3 games in 7 days before we close out the break. So St. Louis University, a big physical athletic team. They're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. They turn you over. They're ranked in steals, and so they gamble, they jump passing lanes, they do a good job. Travis Ford is 2-0 against me, both when he was at Oklahoma State, one time in Tennessee in the NCAA tournament first round game, and once here in the Big 12 SEC Challenge. So he's done a good job against us, and he's an outstanding coach. So they'll have a good game plan, no doubt.
St. Louis the best team you played so far?
I think so, yeah. I think St. Louis will be the best team we've played so far. They've got the best athletes, they've got good depth. They got some guys that can really shoot it. The kid French is a very, very difficult matchup, and that's something that I'm sure the matchup between him and our inside players, particularly Austin Wiley, will be interesting to watch. He's kind of like a 6'7", 240-pound left-handed, poor man Zion Williamson. He doesn't have the perimeter game that Zion has, but he's around the basket and attacking the rim and posting up. He'll physically remind you of Zion. And then Jordan Goodwin is the best rebounding guard in the country. The matchup, and we don't specifically have a matchup. In other words, I could point to Isaac Coro, and Isaac will be guarding him some, but he won't be guarding him exclusively. And but those will be two of the best physical guards going at each other. And last year, one of the things I talked about was on this particular Saturday, we want to try to have an environment in Birmingham, Alabama that was as good as any place in the country. And I think if you look around the country and you look at the schedule of the teams that are playing on Saturday, you've got Gonzaga in Arizona, BYU, Utah State, Tulsa, and Arkansas, whatever. I mean, this is one of the best games in college basketball on Saturday. And Birmingham I'm excited about coming up to Birmingham and playing in the arena. And I hope we can continue. We're going to have to play better against St. Louis University than we did in our last few games to get this win.
What can you learn from that Furman game? I know you had the long way off then coming to now, but what can you learn from that game?
I thought there was we had a number. Most of our guys played defensively without trying to make plays. We were way too interested in coverages and not interested enough in making plays defensively. I thought we missed a lot of shots around the basket. We obviously didn't shoot it very well. So we had some breakdowns. The good news is, we had 3 or 4 guys that had subpar performances against a Furman team that played really well, and we were still able to win. So it's a good sign. I like the fact that we had no panic. I like the fact that we, got down and didn't appear to be flustered. That's a real positive sign.
Very good.
Thanks, guys.